Welcome back to the YouTube channel for Business Funding Firm. In today's episode, we're going to discuss lender compliance. That's right, so we're going to find out exactly what it is the lenders are looking for, how they can verify you're a legitimate business, and the steps that you need to take in order to make that happen. So let's get to work. Hello YouTube, and welcome to Business Funding Firm's YouTube channel. In today's topic, we want to cover lender compliance. So we should at this point have our articles of incorporation established with the Secretary of State, and we also should have received our federal tax identification number. In this video, we kind of want to talk about some of the branding to make sure we're being compliant with what the lenders are looking for. So whenever you initially establish credit through any vendor, what they're going to do is first off, they're going to check your articles of incorporation to make sure you have an active and you're in good standings. Then they're going to verify the tax identification number so they know who to report to and who that business is registered to. And then what they'll most likely do is when we're applying for credit is they'll do a basic Google search. Now, whenever they're doing a basic Google search, some of the things that they're going to look for are an established website. They want to see that you have a telephone number, and if they call that phone number, they want to make sure that we have a professional voicemail set up mentioning the business name. Aside from that, they'll probably also check your directory listings because that's how it's going to pull up on the basic Google search. Now, I know it's a bit of a controversial topic, but there's a lot of misinformation out there whenever it comes to business addresses and listing your business with a virtual address. So in my experience, and this is from years of experience working with thousands of clients, whenever we establish a business under a virtual address, the lender will do a basic Google search for the business name and address. And then if it pulls up with a virtual address or they check the Secretary of State with that virtual address, they'll just Google the address to look up the information. Now, if it pulls up as a virtual address or a PO box, what happens is a lot of the times they'll just deny funding. The reason for that is in the past, as long as credit has been established, people have been trying to take advantage of it. So if you can list that you have a professional office and pay a fraction of the price per month, a lot of times it looks a little bit fishy and sometimes credit will be denied. So just with my experience, it's always better to establish this address at your home or a place of residence, even if it's a family member somewhere where you can receive mail, unless you have a physical brick and mortar location. Now, if you have a brick and mortar location, great, send it, use that. But it's my recommendation to stay away from virtual addresses as well as PO boxes. So back to the compliance items, the first thing we want to do is we want to establish a company website. Now, if you need any assistance with this, the very minimum, we want to have like a landing page established. So just a one-page document. My recommendation is to use GoDaddy if you've never established a website previous to this. They're really simple to use. They have plans starting as cheap as like $19.99 a month. And then they have a theme builder, so you basically just select your layout with a theme, and then you just add pictures and contents. We actually do offer this service with Business Funding Firm. If it's something that you're interested in, our rates start as low as $400 for us to establish a custom landing page for you. And if that's something you're interested in, send us an email at info@businessfundingfirm.com or give us a call at 502-381-5075. So the business website itself just needs to list the name of the business, and it's great if you can put the phone number in there as well, just so they have something to cross-reference. Once we have that established, we want to ensure that we have a professional email address listed. So whenever you're setting up your website or host at GoDaddy or whichever domain that you feel that you want to use, you want to actually add the email package with that as well. So that way the email will have whatever your name is at yourbusiness.com, whatever that domain is. So you can go ahead and establish it like that. We can set that up for you as well. I recommend using Office 365. That way you get an actual Outlook address, and it'll just be domain, like mine is info@businessfundingfirm.com, which allows it to be a professional listing. It's not a free service like Gmail or Ymail. Again, a lot of those will flag the lender compliance. So we want to ensure that we have a legitimate professional email address. Once we have that established, we want to have a logo. And the reason that we want to have a logo is in case we ever need to do any type of business credit report disputes or updates, they're going to want a copy of your request in writing with the actual logo in the upper right hand corner. So you can go to there's a lot of websites out there that will help you make a logo. It does not have to be registered or trademarked. You can go to canva.com and they actually have a logo creator. It doesn't cost anything. Or if you need some assistance, Business Funding Firm would be happy to help you out with that as well. We charge a nominal fee of $100 to establish a logo for you. So once you have your professional website, as well as your professional email address, your professional logo, it's always a good idea to put that professional logo in your website. Makes it look a little bit more professional. Then we want to establish a professional voicemail. It's best if we can set up a business telephone number because again, whenever we're registering with the national directories, for them to be able to identify you, it's nice for them to see that you have a professionally listed number. 1-800 numbers are not required, but they do have their added benefits. Again, just because it makes it toll free for people to be able to call you. We do live in the data age, so most telephone calls don't require money per call. 1-800 number is still pretty super cool. It makes you look really established as well as professional, but it's not required. So I always recommend setting up an account maybe with Nextiva. Their plans start as low as like $19.95 a month. RingCentral is great also. These are VoIP providers, which is voice over internet protocol. So that means as long as you have a computer and access to the internet, you can set up a telephone number on your computer. They start as low as 20 bucks a month. And they're super awesome. Even with RingCentral, you can send text messages, you can automate all of it, and you can record the calls as well for your records. So once we have our professionally listed phone number, we want to ensure that we have a voicemail that is professional as well. What I mean by professional is it must name the business that you own. So if your business is called Geico, you would want to say, thank you for calling Geico. Our agents aren't available at the time. We will return your call whenever we have the chance. You just want to mention the name of the business. Now, a lot of the times if you set up a business phone number, our clients, they forward that business phone number to their cell phone. That's fine as well. Just make sure whenever you're doing that your cell phone reflects your business name as well, because if it forwards that number to the cell phone, they're going to get the cell phone message. So make sure that you have that message professional, listing the name of your business. Once we have that all set up, we're going to want to get listed with national directories. There's many you can choose from: Yellow Pages, 411 Express Update, Google Business, Yelp. The list goes on. My suggestion is just list with 3, so that way no matter who they Google or where they Google you at, they're able to find multiple listings. My suggestion is Google My Business. Plus, it actually helps you if you have a Google My Business listing. So if somebody searches for your information in your area, a lot of the times your business will come up and it may help you generate more business. I also recommend Facebook Business, which the same thing. If somebody's in your area and they're searching for your business description, it's likely to pull up your business. Both of those listings are free, so they don't cost anything to register on. And then third, I suggest Yelp. Yelp is a great access. They have a reviews tool. You don't have to list your address in case you don't want to, list your home address if that's the address you're using. Plus, it'll allow you to list your website and your telephone number, and likely will help you generate more business as well. So once we have all those things established, the next thing that we want to focus on is setting up a professional business banking account. In order to do this, ideally I would recommend going to your bank or a credit union. Credit unions are great resources for business owners just because they have an in-house credit process. So once they establish your baseline credit, they create credit for you based on your transaction history with them. So if they offer those nice business banking accounts or personal credit cards, you have a higher likelihood of getting approved with a high limit once you establish that relationship with them. Now, if you don't have a credit union or access to one in your local area, my suggestion is just setting up a business banking account through whoever you do your personal banking through. What's going to be required is your articles of incorporation. They want to see that you're active, as well as your tax identification number. They can look up the articles of incorporation on the Secretary of State's website for your prospective state. The tax identification number you'll have to provide them to tie to the account for tax purposes. This will pretty much get all of your compliance items taken care of, so that way you have lender compliance. When we're applying for business credit accounts, they're able to identify your business as a professional business without any issues. The next thing that I would recommend doing is going to NAV and setting up access to your business credit reports. Now, we actually have a free guide for this. I'll put the link in the bio of this YouTube video, so that way you can get your free month of service. Now, they charge typically around $29.99 per month for you to be able to view your business credit reports through Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. It'll be ideal for when we're building business credit to be able to see what's reporting. So as always, I hope you guys got some value out of this video. If you did, please subscribe to our channel, give us the thumbs up, and share this with all of your entrepreneurial or business owning friends. You guys have a blessed day. Always visit us online at businessfundingfirm.com. Send us an email at info@businessfundingfirm.com or give us a call at 502-381-5075.